Taiwanese, it's actually interesting. In China, there's each kind of province has its own dialect, except for Beijing, which is all Mandarin. And so, and at first you'd think like the dialects are pretty similar, but they're pretty different. Listening to it, Taiwanese, I think the main difference is they have lots of kind of interesting sounds that you'd make when you're, and you don't make those sounds when you're speaking Chinese. Obviously in Chinese there's different tones, right? And they have those in Taiwanese as well, but there'll also be sounds with your mouth, like for example, saying I don't know in Chinese, you'd say 我不知道, and in Taiwanese it's 忘在, and it's just kind of a different kind of feel. But really the missionaries going there don't need to worry too much about Taiwanese, because Mandarin I think is sometimes hard enough just in itself to really get a hang of it. But yeah, that's just kind of a little difference between Mandarin and Taiwanese. There's also one more thing. There's also another dialect in Taiwan. I'm sure there's more, but the ones that I came across were Mandarin, Taiwanese, and then there's also another one called, I believe it's called Hakka. And in my second area, there was lots of people who spoke this Hakkanese language. And so, again, it's different from Taiwanese, but similar thing, kind of just amongst the older generation in Taiwan. So the younger people, they all speak Mandarin perfectly, and lots of the older people do as well. But if you can say a couple words in either Hokkien or Taiwanese, then it kind of, I think, creates an extra level of trust also between you and the people that you're teaching. Kind of gives them a warm feeling. So I believe it's called Hakkanese. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And it's just another dialect that comes from China, just another group of people that came out of China to Taiwan, speaking this different dialect.